subscribe, 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 subscribe. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hey! Wow, it's really nice to be back because I've tried so many times to film a video, but I guess I need to do a lot of work on myself. Because actually, I came to realize that maybe it's not even about filming the first video, it's about continuing, it's about the continuity. There might be times when you don't feel like doing anything and you're just like, I don't want to film any video today. Another story for another day. So, today we'll be talking about a very important subject, something I've actually battled with, and I would want to talk to other people about. One of the reasons why I created this channel is to share my burdens about some particular topics and hear people's opinions about it, and to have a place to talk and hear my views because I tend to have a lot of views, I tend to have a lot of opinions, and I want to share it with people. I want to be heard, something like that. So today I'll be talking about the struggles of a content creator, a freelancer, an entrepreneur, a business person, whoever you are. I'll be talking about the struggles we face because I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a freelancer, I'm a content creator. I'm basically a mix of all of this. So I would love to talk about some of the struggles we go through. Now, what I'm going to be talking about is not really in my words. I reached out to some of my content creator and entrepreneur friends and my freelancer friends, and they gave me outstanding and important struggles that a lot of people don't talk about in today's world. So I really want to talk about that. And I'll not only be talking about the struggles, I'll be talking about how to handle the struggles. So I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that replied when I reached out to them on Facebook, on my WhatsApp, on my Instagram. Did I do Instagram? Okay, I think I did. So I want to say thank you to everyone that answered my question when I sent that message that please, I need help with my YouTube channel. Please answer this question. What are the struggles you face and all of those things? Thank you so much. People I can remember right now. Temitope Jegede, Elizabeth, Lillian Precious, Heidi Kolaosheba. Thank you so much for answering my questions. And if I didn't mention your name, I'm so sorry. I didn't write a list, so I was just basically saying all these things. So I'll go right into it. I wrote down from everything I heard from these people, these wonderful people. I wrote down 10 points that I'll be talking about. I don't want the video to be very long, so I'll try to make them short. So I'll be talking about these struggles and how to handle them. You know, while I'm talking about these struggles, you realize that you're not alone, that you have someone who's also going through the same thing. You realize that you might be going through this right now, but it's just short term. I think that's one thing that I would like to say. You might be going through all of this right now, but it's just short term. You don't have to go through this for long. Yes. With time, things will get better. In fact, let me give you a tip. Give yourself 6 months. No matter the struggle you might be going through as a content creator, as an entrepreneur, as someone who's just starting a business, or as a freelancer, give yourself 6 months. I promise you, things will actually change. 6 months. The first struggle on my list here is doing everything on your own. Yes. So what this means is, as a content creator, especially when you're just starting out, one of the struggles you face is doing a lot of things on your own. Like for me now, as a blogger, I have other professions, but let me just pick being a blogger, right? So as a blogger, do you know all the things I have to do? I have to write the blog post, and then I would publish the blog post on my website. Publishing blog posts no be beans. Like it's not an easy task because I have to I have to optimize for SEO. Then I have to design, because I like my website to look very good, especially when I'm writing my blog. So I like to use images and all of those things. So I have to get creative and pick out images of things that I would love or how I want it to be. You get that point. So after doing that, let's just say I finish all the publishing processes and I publish, then another work starts. I have to post on all my social media, on my WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn, and all of those things. I have to do all of that. And then after doing that, I have to wait and see if something changes, and also wait and see if it actually ranks for SEO. So much work, right? And that's just like 1/4 or 1/10 of the work I do normally as a freelancer, a productivity coach, and as a writer. So you get all of those things. So I don't know what you might be doing. You might have a lot of work you are doing right now, but my point is that when you are just starting out as a content creator, you'd have to do a lot of things on your own, and that can be very stressful. But I want to tell you that you can actually handle it. The person that gave me this point is someone who has at least grown enough to be able to outsource and to hire people to work for him. So just thinking about it, after some time when you grow, you'd be able to hire people to work for you. You'll be able to outsource your work. You'll be able to tell people that, okay, you, I want you to work with me. You'll be able to hire people you get for your business, but it might take a while. So while you are still at it, I want you to be patient. I want you to understand that you are not the only one going through this. Other people are also going through this. All right. So the second one is burnout or tiredness and creative block. You see, I wrote a post on my blog concerning burnout. This was basically for writers, but if you're creative, I'm sure you find it cool. So I kept the link in my description. You can just check it out and just read up on it. Burnout is one of the things creatives go through because we work a lot. If you look at the first point that I pointed out, you realize that doing a lot of things at once can actually cause burnout. Yes. So burnout is something a lot of creatives go through. It's something a lot of creatives battle with because we tend to not manage our time properly. We tend to not give ourselves space. There were lots of times when I went through burnout because I didn't properly manage all the things I was doing, and I was doing a lot of things at once. And these things actually cause people to wear out easily. So what do you do when you are going through burnout? There is so much about burnout that I'll probably even do a different video about it. But just to make it short, what do you do when you are going through a burnout? But sometimes in order to know you are going through a burnout, you have to know if like in order to know what to do when you are going through a burnout, you have to know if you are even burnt out, or maybe you're just having creative block. But anyways, concerning how to handle burnout, just take a rest. Take a rest from work and schedule times for you to go through your hobbies, for you to do so. Okay, there's this post coming to my mind. There was a post I wrote on how to balance your life, like how to, especially when you work from home. So this can actually work for business people, entrepreneurs, freelancers, anybody who work from home, no matter the work you are doing. I think you find the post insightful. So you can check out this post and learn one or two things from it. So one, like, two ways or many ways to work on burnout when you are feeling burnt out is take a rest. Just leave work. Work should not be your hobby. There should be times for you to just go out, take a walk, enjoy outside, and just free yourself, free your mind. It will even help your creativity. When you're going through creative block too, take a walk, just do something different. I hope I answered that. Now, another one is trying to be perfect. Oh my God. When I first did this YouTube video, I mentioned something about trying to be perfect. Yeah, that's one thing about me. I'm kind of a perfectionist. Yeah. I figured that out. Like, it's nothing to boast about really, because it's like the worst. When you're a perfectionist, you tend to procrastinate a lot. When you're a perfectionist, you tend to get scared to even start something. And because of that, People will see you as indisciplined and lazy because you don't even want to do anything unless everything is going perfectly well. So trust me, it's nothing to be happy or boast about. Yeah, it's not good to be a perfectionist. So as I was saying, trying to be perfect does not really work in today's world. Now you want to make a YouTube video and you're scared about your stutter, that okay, someone is going to point it out that why am I stuttering? Excuse me, how many people on this earth talk perfectly normal? You get what I'm saying? Or maybe you want to start a blog post and you're scared that oh, you don't have the right equipment and all of those things. Stop trying to be perfect because it will not serve you at all. Yes, you need to actually just go for it, just do it. Whether you have the complete tools or not, just go for it, do it. Whether everything is aligning or not, go for it, do it. Yes, that's the advice I'm going to give you because that's the advice I give myself every day and it works for me. And because of this, I've crossed a lot of miles and I've done things that I never thought I could do because I decided to stop being perfect or stop waiting for everything to fall in perfectly. When I started freelancing, I didn't have a laptop. Yes, I had just my phone, just my Android phone. And I had to work because I had to make money. This is what I wanted to do. So what did I do? I used my phone to do every work that was coming to me. My blog, I designed my blog, like my website. I designed my website with my phone. I made blog posts, I wrote blog posts, I published blog. Even till now that I have a laptop, whenever there is no light, the situation in Nigeria where we have light issues, whenever there is no light, I don't have a problem. My blog will still come. Like my blog will still get published when I want to publish it. Why? Because I've already mastered the art of using my phone. And that's how it should be. Whatever you have right now, make use of it. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let any perfection, or maybe you see other people's Insta, those people you see on Instagram, not Instagram anyways, those people you see on YouTube today that they have the perfect videos, those Instagram pages that you see that they rank really high, or not rank, they have high followers and high likes, high viewings and all those things. They started from somewhere, and when they started nobody noticed them. One encouragement I will give you is listen to sincere and honest influencers or celebrities today. Just hear their stories and you'll be surprised that they have similar stories to you. So don't try to be perfect. Don't try to work everything out perfectly. Just do you. Just start. And the funny thing is, people love imperfections. People want to see that you are real. People want to see that you are original, that you are human. When they see that you do something the way they would do it, they will relate to you and they will even love you. You get? They would love you. So please don't try to be perfect. Just be yourself. Start with what you have. You can do this. All right. So the fourth point: no engagement or traffic. I'm laughing at myself because I know how it feels. Even till now, I'm still going through it because I'm just a new YouTuber. I just started working on my Instagram. This year, I just decided, ooh, I'm going to change a whole lot about the things I do. I'm going to go all out for my freelancing work. I'm going to go all out for my blog. I started my blog in 2017. I got a domain name in wait. No. I started my blog in 2017. No. Okay. I started my blog in 2015. I got a domain name and hosting. That is domain name and hosting is like in 2015 my blog was avidinspired.wordpress.com. So it was not fully mine. So in 2017 I changed it I got a domain name and hosting. I changed it to avidinspired.com. So now when you go there, you see that okay, it is personalized. You get? So from 2017 to 2021, I was not serious with my blog. So you know what it feels. If you I've been in this game for a long time, but it feels like I'm just starting because I was not consistent and I was not disciplined enough and I was not focused. Like I was more focused on other things than the things that really matters to me. So this year I decided that no, this time around I want, I have something and I want to show it to the world. I have something and I want to give it to the world. And I'm not afraid to do that. And I came prepared. I knew that when I started and I branched out, when I start and I give myself to the things I want to do, I knew I was not going to get a lot of encouragement. I knew there were people who would spite me. I knew there were people who would not even check. Like, people would not even care what I write. There are times that I write on my blog and I don't even get anybody viewing it. But because I know what I'm doing, I know I've already like optimized it for SEO, and one day it will rank. And already I have, I think, 3 or 4 posts from 2018 and also posts from 2021 that have ranked on the first page of Google, and I have a post that out of 29 million results, it is on number 2. So what are you telling me? I know the work I'm putting in. So whenever I post on my blog and I don't see anybody viewing, I'm not worried, because posting on social media, like putting my link on social media, is doing off page SEO. So if you are an SEO person, you understand what I'm saying. Off page SEO is not really like, it doesn't really work, especially if you don't have a huge following. And I don't have a huge following on Instagram, on Twitter, or on any social media. I'm just starting out. I just decided to be consistent recently. Imagine my YouTube, I just started too. So I'm not worried because I came prepared. So you should prepare yourself. Don't be discouraged by, how many people are following me, how many people like my post, how many people see my post. Just keep at it. Continue, be consistent. When you are consistent, one day someone is going to notice you and someone will appreciate your talent. Someone will be like, where have you been all this while? And there will even be times when you work for people and they will talk down on you, they will affect your self-esteem. But you're not going to stop. Yes, you're not going to stop, because you are going to keep at it, because the best of people you see out there today, they started from somewhere, and you have to do the same. You get what I'm saying? You feel me? So one other thing again that I will share is one thing that motivates me. So for a long time on my LinkedIn page, I didn't like, I'll just go there, I'll go there, I'll post, because LinkedIn just has issues. I get clients from LinkedIn for my freelance writing and all. When they check my writing and be like, okay, this girl knows what she's doing, they reach out to me. So that's why I consistently post on it. If not, I for don't tire and give up. But I can't give up because I know it brings reward. So there was one day I was really tired. Like, why should I even continue? Why should I go on? So do you know what I did? I just went to my LinkedIn profile and I was checking. And I realized that those years I was not serious with my LinkedIn. I had like maybe 2 views, 3 views. LinkedIn will usually show your view on that, right? So I had like 2 views, 3 views, 4 views, like little views like that. But when I started posting consistently, there was a time I had 1,000 plus views. The time I had 59 views. In fact, I think the least views I have these days like 70 something views, 100 views. They might not engage a lot, but people are seeing me. I was so motivated, like, wow, now this is what I want. This is what I like to see. So sometimes just do a check back on the things you've done so far and see the difference between when you are now consistent and when you were not consistent. And trust me, you'll be happy. All right, so to the next one, not making profit when you start. Yes, it has happened to the best of us. It's nothing new. You see, I'm talking to you today not to try to make you feel like what you're going through is new. No, I want you to know that I can relate. I can relate with what you're going through. I understand what you're going through. What you're going through is basically what I'm going through right now, and what tons of others are going through. And when you ask the best of content creators that are known worldwide today, they'll tell you that they started from somewhere. And the thing is, the internet is very large. A lot of people are doing a lot of things. And the thing is, the algorithm will not even help you. If you don't have like what it takes, or if you don't have the huge following and all, the algorithm will not push you. Like something I heard that if you have like maybe 1K plus followers, 3K plus followers, it's hard for you to get to that 10K than someone who already has 20K followers that would easily get to a higher level of followers you get. So you got to keep pushing. So concerning not making profits, yes, it happens, especially when you start. Not everybody knows you, just like I said earlier. So people don't know you yet, and they don't know if they can, they don't know if they can trust you. So you have to start from somewhere. And the thing is, when you continually do it, I know writers that for just 1,000 words they can charge 200,000 in this economy that is not even all that alright. And yet people who are just starting can charge 3,000 for the same amount of words. What's the difference? The difference is that they've grown over time. Over time, people have trusted them. Over time, they've shown that yes, we know what we are doing. So the point is, get people to know you, to like you, and to trust you. So that knowing gone, that's where the issue is. You have to consistently put yourself out there for people to know you. And then when you are, then the like is that you put quality content out there that when anybody stumbles upon it, they will not want to leave. They want to continue to visit. You get. Then the trust is they know that you are doing well. They trust you. Now, those people who trust you, they start telling other people, have you heard of this? Have you heard of this? Personally, for me, when I like something, I talk about it. If I like a person, if I like a video, if I like a podcast, if I like a blog post, I talk about it. That's how someone else will be pushed to talk about something when they like what you do. You get it? So the more you do it, the more profit you make. The next one is lack of time. My dear, there is time. That's all I have to tell you. There is time. So there's this thing called productivity culture. It's actually the culture that says you can do more, like you can be a machine and do a lot of things in a day. It's a culture that says that you should work, no time to rest. It's a culture that says in order for you to be productive, you have to be able to like do a lot of things at once. Oh my dear, it's stressful. I'm a productivity coach. So I'll be telling you like real life situations, things I've faced with my clients and things that I've faced personally myself. Why I became a productivity coach is because I battled with procrastination, indiscipline, laziness, all those things that comes with I don't know what you can call it. So I battled with these things. So I am able to like understand you. I'm able to put myself in your place. I'm able to relate with you that I know what you are going through. You get. So when you say you lack time, trust me, you don't lack time. It's because you are not managing your time well. Yeah, you're not managing your time well. I've met with people that would say, I want to do like 100 things in a day. How can I do it? Number one thing I always say is pick out three things that you can do in a day that you will do perfectly well. Trust me, you will feel fulfilled than that 100 thing you're aspiring to do. Do you know you can aspire to do 100 things in a day and not do it, and tomorrow you feel weak and your self-esteem will go low? But when you do three major things in a day, the next day you feel stronger to do the next three things. So that's one thing I'll tell you. When you say you lack time, trust me, it's not a time problem. 24 hours is a lot. And in that 24 hours, just take a look at the things you do. That's okay. Have I really been doing the right things, or have I been spending my time doing things that do not really matter? One tip I will just give you. Okay. So I have this ultimate planning guide that I'm going to put in the description link. Just go download it and just read up on it. Download it and read up on it. I'm sure it will help you. But you can also help yourself further by just contacting me and just knowing about my productivity coaching services just at a very little fee. I can help you. It's something I'm passionate about because I set myself free when I learned how to be productive. Not productive in a way that I will work myself and wear myself out, but productive in a way that I get to do the things I love. My hobbies like watching K drama and dancing. Like I don't know how to dance, but dancing in the corner of my room. These days I've actually been letting myself loose. So when I dance, I'll post it on my WhatsApp and I'll just show people like, see, I'm having fun, I'm happy. Even though you get what I'm saying. So maybe one of these days I'm actually going to do a dance video and post on YouTube. Please don't laugh at me. I'm just doing it to free myself. So as I was saying, I get to do my hobbies, I get to do the things I love. And I still work. I still give my clients their work before the deadline. I still do everything I'm supposed to do. I still, I'm still there for my family and my friends. I'm able to chat. How did I manage to do all of this? Because I know how to manage my time. So when you know how to manage your time, you would actually see that there is a lot of time. Financial management. Yes, this is very important. So, like, someone really dear to me gave me this struggle, like, they struggle with this thing. So, I'm going to really talk about it. Financial management is quite important. You see, a lot of things I talk about here, I will be real with you because there are things I've struggled with. And one thing I don't like is I have a solution. I've struggled with something, I can give you the solution, and I'm not giving you. What? I'm not that kind of a person. So let me help you out on this financial management thing. A lot of these things I'm even picking out. I feel strongly that I should make separate videos of them because there's so much to talk about them that we can't just talk about in one video. But let's get right through to it. Financial management. You see, there are most of us that we earn a lot of money and yet we don't know what to do with it. Like we earn a lot of money and we don't know how to, you know, manage our finances. Maybe you are earning 700K in a month, and yet by the time you lose your job, you can't even like say you have a savings or an investment of more than 400K or 300K. It's a very big deal. So one thing I'll just say about financial management is, as a content creator, as an entrepreneur, as a freelancer, as a business person, one thing you must surely do is accounting stuffs. Like, you must account for your money. Don't tell me that you are not an accountant. If you can if you are like buoyant enough, if you have the money to hire an accountant, please do, because it is very important. In the long run, you actually regret that you didn't hire an accountant. But if you can do like accounting work, someone like me now that studied accounting and deviated, I can easily just do the accounting work. But if it is something that it's not even that hard, you can even get apps or websites. An app that I would tell you about is QuickBooks. QuickBooks is very good. It will help you to know your clients, or if you sell products, it will help you to analyze your products. It will help you to analyze your expenses, your income, and all of those things. So QuickBooks is very great. So if you can use QuickBooks, then do. There are other apps also that you can use that are not really coming to my mind right now. Maybe when I check them out, I'll just put them on the screen. So manage your finances, because in the long run you actually regret. Next, customers or clients not paying on time. It has happened to the best of us. The best of us. I don't know what we have done to deserve this. So in a recent review, I usually do this review on my blog of all the things I have done so far, like in a month. So my last review, I was just ranting about how I worked for clients and they did me bad. Let me tell you, there was one client I worked for. These people, this was even an international client that you're expecting that they will not have issues with you. It was time to pay. That was how they did not even say anything. Like, okay, fine. If you people have like a policy for not paying on time, an apology should suffice. Like, you should tell me, I'm sorry that we didn't pay on time and all those things. And I will understand. Like, I will understand. Really, I will understand. But you didn't even tell me anything, and I was just wondering, hey, what's going on? We signed a contract. Why is this happening? Why is that happening? It was really hurtful, because there was even a time I really needed money. And I worked and I can't even get paid for my money. It's very hurtful. Another one, I worked for someone and I had to, I already learned that at least I should collect 70%, or they should pay me everything before I start working. So at least this person paid me, let's say 90%. Sure. By the time I finished the work and I sent that, oh yeah, I'll pay the rest. This person said, don't worry, I'll bring you more clients and I will still give you more work. That's how this person till now has not paid me. Oh. Another one again. Person said, okay, I'll pay you soon and all of those things. And there's even this thing I do. There's this late payment clause I do in my contract when I send it to my clients that, okay, oh, late payment, oh, after this so date, your money will increase. Oh. And the funny thing is, I had already started working. This person just like, person did not even do anything, send money, no, let me come. And the bad part is, as a freelancer, you rely on these people's money. It's not like salary that whether you work or not, or whether you do a lot of work or little work, you still get paid. This one is freelancing work. Like, you get paid by what they pay you. So this person did not pay me, and I had to just go through life feeling like, God, what have I done to deserve this? But those are just some other like things we go through. I know like a lot of stories about clients who do not pay on time. So these things happen to the best of us. But what are we going to do about it? We will not stop because of them. And also that contract is really good. Doing contract and also telling clients to pay. Imagine if I didn't tell that person to pay like 90%, or if I didn't tell the person to pay all and the person paid 90%, I wouldn't have gotten any money. Why he's not even paying me is because the person paid 90% of the money. So the main 10% was not really much like that. So imagine if I did not stand my ground and no, you have to pay me before I work. Hmm. Imagine. Imagine what I'll just be crying like, what God, how can I work so hard and not get paid for it? So one thing you should do is Tell them to either pay all or pay like a large amount that will not pay you if they don't pay the rest. Another thing you should do is that you should sign a contract. I know about Bonsai and PandaDoc. I have a personal contract I also use. If you want it, you can just send me an email to send to you. That one is simpler than using Bonsai and PandaDoc, seriously. You can just edit it and that's all. But Bonsai and PandaDoc, there's a lot of English there, and it will not even target the payment clause and all. So if you need like the contract I use personally for my clients, I'll just send it to you to edit for yourself. All right. So imbalance of clients and income. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's not that bad, right? Let's smile. So this imbalance of client and income, it's a very huge deal. Oh. Like this month now, especially as a freelancer or even as an entrepreneur, you have a business, you're selling products. This month you might have mad income, mad outflow. Like people will just come and they'll be like, I want to buy this or want to hire your services for this month. You earn a lot, and the next month everywhere will be dry. Everywhere will be dry. Everywhere will be quiet. You will do this, do that. Nobody will reach out to you for your services, and you don't have any money. How will you live for that month? How will you do this? So what do you do at this time when at the time when you don't have clients and everywhere is just dry? Keep pitching. What you should do is keep pitching to clients, keep pitching and pitching and pitching and pitching. So that even if they don't answer you for that month, because I think organizations usually answer after like a month. It's just something I've noticed over time. If you're a freelancer, you should be an addict at sending applications. So I am an application sending addict. So I think they usually answer like towards the end of the month or towards the beginning of a new month. So when you send at that time, by next month you should know that at least out of 20, 5 people should reply. I'm serious, or even one will reply. It's that serious. So another thing you should do at this time is develop yourself. There's really nothing to do now. So what do? You upgrade your skills, develop yourself. Just work on the things that you've not been working on before. If you used to know SEO, learn like more about SEO, maybe black hat SEO, white hat SEO, all those things you didn't know about before. If you are a WordPress developer, learn more, learn new codes and all those things. You're a web designer, learn more about UI UX. Just learn and develop yourself, so that the next time you're going to work with a client, they will notice that. Or maybe a client that has worked with you before rehires you, they'll be like, okay, I think you've gotten better. You get. So just develop yourself at the time where you don't have like much work to do and all those things. All right. So the last one is no closing time, clients messaging you late, or you working late. Now, let me start with the no closing time and working late. Have a closing time. Why do you not have a closing time? Well, it's kind of normal for content creators, freelancers, and entrepreneurs who are just starting out. But please, when you get your footing, have a closing time, because if you don't, you're going to wear yourself out. If you don't, you're going to get tired at the end, and it's not good for business. Yes, so have a closing time. Even do 9 to 5 like every other like 9 to 5 workings. So you tell your clients, tell them, they would respect you. Tell them, okay, from 9 to 5 I'm available. Anytime outside that I'm not available, they would respect you. Yes, they would respect you. So another thing again about working late is have a time preference. Like this was what I was saying about organizing your time and all, about managing your time. Have a time preference, like okay, from so time I would work on other things apart from my client's job. And then from time to time, I'll stop working, I'll chill, I'll rest and do other things. Another thing again that you should learn to do is not receiving email. Even if a client sends you an email, you can decide, I would not reply this email until it's within the time frame of when I resume. So let your client know beforehand that these are the times I work, these are the times I don't work. And concerning working, like you can even schedule like 4 hours for work. Yeah, a content creator entrepreneur, yes. It does not mean you have time to waste on your hand. No. You tell them it's not within my scope of work. You will not reply them until it is within your scope of, because your health matters, your time matters, your hobbies, every other thing you want to do matters. So I hope you get that. I'll be all on the struggles of a content creator, of a freelancer, of an entrepreneur, and how to handle them. I hope you really got value from everything I've spoken about. I'm going to be making separate videos about them. I don't know the video to make next. So if you have any idea out of some of these things I pointed out, any video you'd like to see more, like maybe something you're really curious about and you have a lot of questions on that you want me to answer, just put them there, because when it comes to freelancing, content creation, entrepreneurship, and all those things, I pretty have a lot of things to say about them. Being that I've been going through the process and I have quite a lot of experience on them. So if you have questions or anything you'd like to know, just ask in the comment section. Thank you so much for staying with me through this video. I hope you learned as much as I learned even while speaking. Thank you. And ensure that you comment, and you subscribe. Actually, I noticed that people, like the number of people who view are usually more than number of people who subscribe and number of people who like. Like the views will be much, but then the subscribe will not come next. No, sorry, the like will come next, and then subscribe will not come down. Why is that so? So as I watching this video, click subscribe. Thank you for staying with me. Bye.